Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Hanks coming at you here, Midday Money. It's a little before noon because we got noon action, and everybody wants to race to bet at the last second because listen, if you're not betting 2 minutes before the game kicks off, of course you're not getting the best line and good value and everything with that. Hit the like button, notification bell on so you know when we're live here on Sean Hanks, winning free picks and parlays, wherever you're watching. Appreciate it. Twitter, formerly X. I can't call it X. It'll always be Twitter to me. Mr. Sean Higgs. Plays posted. I'm going to throw them out here in the chat as well. And then we'll scroll them along for everybody listening and watching. You could listen after the fact. You could listen. Well, you can't. I guess you could listen live if you're driving, right? But Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Amazon, wherever you listen, podcast form. Type in Midday Money, and you got me. There you go. Let's we'll call it the Marcos Minute, but it's really just noon action because there's so much action today. We'll start in college basketball. Northern Kentucky, IUP, stinky. I do want to lean IUP here. That's where my lean would be. Didn't play it. Bucknell and Penn State. Where are these numbers here? What would I do for a Klondike bar? In this case, what would I do to take 21 Penn State? Probably not going to take a 22 piece of Penn State, especially when you could add a 19. I do like the Cuse today. Virginia, we liked them the other day. I'll take the Cuse here in double digits. Notre Dame, Miami. Miami is a premium play for me. I'll let you know. I have 3, 6, 7, 8 of them, and you see a couple here. So I always give out a couple premiums here in the chat because that's how I roll. I do like the Canes there, and I'll give you the 12-30. No, we won't go 12-30 because that's we're 2 out of the way here. College football action. So I do have both of these games up on the sites, but we'll go instead of sides here. We'll look at totals in both because I got the sides in both. We'll go over Oklahoma State and Texas, and I like the under Miami O and Toledo. Miami O, Toledo, under. Now we'll do a quick little recap because I'm sure people are going to start jumping into the chat soon enough. I saw Ray already in here, but let's just do a recap from yesterday, and we'll go right into today's picks as well when we run them all down. So we'll start in college hoops. Winner yesterday, big dog. Southeast Louisiana was 17. I got on the site at 14. I'll still take a win. I'll take a win there. But in the video, we are 18-26. Still down 8-10. Ole Miss at a pick'em. Rutgers minus 1.5. And Cal Irvine plus 6. The site picks, I am 66 and 77, I believe. Is that correct? That looks about right to me there. Yeah. 62 and 71, 66 and 77. A couple games under. I got some work to do. Ole Miss, Rutgers, Irvine. College football, no doubt winner yesterday. Under in the Oregon game. And we'll talk about that in a minute here. 39-34 plus 170. You should have these games already. So Texas over the 55, Boise minus 2.5, Georgia over 54.5, Tulane under the 47, and Troy minus the 6. NBA 9-5 in the VO plus 350. We do got to play today. And I just so happened that I'm 12-3 with NBA. I think 13-1 on Ross's site. 12-3 here on winner free picks parlays. Not too shabby. Clippers minus 4.5. Hockey, we are 7-10 in the video, minus 275. Toronto minus 115. Although, as we look at overall record, 9-4, not too bad with hockey. Again, I pick and choose my NBA and hockey. I try to put a couple more in here, people, because they always want them. But I put these out. I want to win. I don't want to just put them out. NFL 30-22 plus 690. I will add those. I ran out of space here. I probably should have added the Sunday games underneath, but it's not going to make a difference. It'll be all right. College football. Um, oh, hold on a second. What am I looking at here? Okay. Last year in college football, a lot more games. 65 and 42 in college football. This year, 39 and 34. So, you know, easily double the amount. 30 more winners. NFL was 59 and 54 last year. And this year we're just 30 and 22. Again, double those games last season. Anyway, enough about that and recapping. Okay, so Oregon and Washington. I had Oregon yesterday. I still don't know why that line was so high. Whatever. It's a loss. Let's this is a good measure of people excited about a 12-team playoff. Again, do you think Oregon is a team that can win a national championship this year? Forget that they lost to Washington twice. Washington's a pretty good team. They're undefeated. I know they don't get any credit because they're Washington. It's not they're the SEC. We're going to get next year. Oregon will be in. Penn State, another team. Penn State who can't beat Ohio State and Michigan, but yet they'll be in the playoff next year. Possibly this Iowa team that's a 22-point underdog in the championship game. That's a whole nother discussion. Let's whatever. I had Liberty yesterday too, so we won there. So we're 87 and 65 college football on a season. Ray Reddington's in the house. Welcome, Ray. How are you today? Kyle Connor, anytime goal plus 105 for Winnipeg. Gustav over 1.5, over a half point, minus 119. Got 0 points last time after a 9-game streak. Back on him today. Yeah, you had him the other day, Gustav. 2-team parlay, first period overs. Flyers, Penguins, Blues, Yotes pays a plus 199. There's the all-day pass. It's $24 on winning free picks. Go get it if you want to support the show. I do have the YouTube channel. I should have canceled it. I'm probably not going to go forward with the YouTube Premium. I really thought I'd have a bunch more signups for $4.99 considering the amount of games I put there. But, I mean, everybody who joined, I was appreciative for the last couple months. But I think I'm just going to shut that down. Brio's in the house. Welcome, my man. How are you today? Michael B's here. Good morning. Got to sit college basketball. 5-3 in college basketball. 0-2 in college football. 0-1 NBA. Here's at the NBA, man. That's again, and this is a guy. Hello, I'm having a nice start to the NBA season. I'm not, and I say no betting allowed. You find a spot. I kind of like the Clippers in this spot. I don't know why. No, I just think it's a good win for them here today. Jeff's in the house, my guy. What do you think about Tulane minus the 3? I want to know how Tulane here with a backup quarterback again going for the SMU. The line has come down, right? This opened up, I think, in the 6 range, I believe. Like it was like 5.5. I mean, excuse me, you have 5.5s down to 3. Quarterback out for Tulane, or excuse me, quarterback out for SMU. Tulane's lone loss on the season. I mean, not a bad one, right? It was early. They're playing, I believe, Ole Miss at home. And in that game themselves, I think they had a backup quarterback going. And the game was 27-20 with a minute to go. Field goal to make it 30-20. And then you get a crazy fumble recovery to make it 37-20. Should have covered that as a big dog at home. And yet here they are. A field goal? I don't know. Smooth it up for me, Jeff. Does not look right. Team money's in the house. I have to admit, I love giving money to the book. Suns are trash. Houston 8.5 trash. Purdue is trash. Boise team total over. Live trash. Missed 3. Here's the thing, though, man. Didn't you have Washington money line? Right? You were big on Washington money line. You come in with Washington money line. And why wouldn't you? Either Washington's going to win that game like they did, close game, or it's going to be a Oregon blowout. But how do you take Purdue minus the line 7. It comes down to 5, and their number well, like on the road. Like those are the autoplay opposite kind of games here. Ranked team, no matter anywhere, 1 to 20. Laying less than 5 on the road, especially I love the spots where they're getting points. Like I mean, we got the Rutgers game today. I got Rutgers out of Pick'em. They're 1.5, 2 now over a ranked Illinois team. What are you doing taking Purdue? Houston, I thought Houston would win. I'm a Houston backer. I think they got a really good team. But again, 8.5 on neutrals. I don't know. Michael B. Santa Barbara so far at a pick 'em versus Cal based off my Cal stinks betting strategy. I got Rutgers at a pick. So we're going St. Babs over Cal. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I miss this one. I'm gonna jump on this one myself too. I'm gonna jump on this guy. T Mike said, watching Moneyline Cash. I swear I thought it was kind of obvious, but I didn't want to jinx it. I mean, I don't know if it's kind of obvious. I mean, that's kind of obvious as a 9-point dog. I mean, I don't know how obvious that is. I mean, if that's your thinking, I guess you love Oklahoma State outright today. You got to love Iowa on the money line. It's. I mean, if it's that obvious, come on, T Money, that obvious. Oklahoma State money line. There you go. Plus 14.5. Bonnie's 9.5 versus Buffalo. That's Maction on the hardwood. St. Bonaventure against Buffalo. A10 action out of St. Bonnie's. I don't know what to think here because I am kind of like a Bonnie backer. My cousin's husband played for Bonaventure back in the day. That's not the reason why I like St. Bonaventure, but I mean they're deep. Why not? 8.5. All their guys are back. I like it. Bama money line. I guess we're switching to football here. It's got to be football because FSU's next, right? I don't know why our guy T1 just can't keep things in order for me here, but I'm assuming that's Alabama football action against Georgia and FSU over. You like the Florida State over, huh? I don't know about that. I like the under. I mean, Florida State's played defense all season, T1. Maryland, Baltimore County. That's definitely basketball. Michael B. I've been looking at the Ole Miss game. Seems like some reverse line movement going down. All my samples for the world betting on Memphis. Yeah, I like Ole Miss. Again, that's the kind of stuff, man. Oh, we got to check out the splits and why is it coming? Ignore it. Too money. Manhattan moneyline game winner. Save my backside. Good call. Showing on the under 6-6 Oregon. Never in doubt with that under. I liked some the double A Mac last night. I had a Sienna there. I did like Manhattan there. I kind of liked all those dogs. I know. I think not Fairfield lost. I think who was the other one? Quinnipiac can I cover at home? Whatever. The home. I think they were the home teams. Higgs, my mom. Your mom likes me. King D. Michael B. Good for you with the watch the money line team money. I took the Ducks first half and second half. Overrated. Again, I mean, how are they overrated? They got two 3-point losses to an undefeated team. Oh. They were 10-point faves. It's a bad game. They lost their bad game. Washington won their bad game. Yeah. Teammate says Orlando Magic under dog in the back-to-back today. I love them to smack the Nets. I'm all for The Magic. You know we like the Magic. That's kind of our little, a little midday money magic. T.Y. says, Michael B, it's not Oregon overrated, it's Washington D underrated. Hold on. I mean, I don't know if they're really. Can we say they're an underrated defense? Uh, they gave up. They were out-yarded at home by Oregon. They gave up 30-something points to Oregon. Right? I mean, I Washington State and Oregon State, not good offenses. Utah scored 28 on them with a backup quarterback. SC with a 42, Stanford with a 33. I mean, uh, you allowed not a lot of points to bad teams. Boise, Tulsa, Michigan State's a bad team. I mean, I think Oregon had a little bit of a better defensive season. I mean, the only time they gave up 30 points was to these two teams, was to Washington, and you could kind of throw out the Tech game there. Kind of a fluky 38-30 game. That was a little weird, but I don't know if they had a better defense than Oregon. Underrated? Maybe they're underrated. You might be. Maybe they're a little bit underrated. But they didn't stop the teams before. Penix Jr.'s a monster. He can't stop Nick, so the value is off Oregon. Like I told, no value on him. Well, there's no value on a 10-point fave. I get that. But Penix, you think Penix had played well coming into that game? I mean, all you heard all week was like, Penix has to be hurt. Why is this line 10? Right? He had to be banged up. I mean, the numbers, 1, 2 days. I mean, not. Here we go. 59% his last game versus Oregon. 36-33 win back in October. Against Arizona State, 27 of 42 for 275 yards. 2 interceptions. 4 touchdowns and a pick versus Stanford. 55% completion. 21 of 38. SC, they got no defense. He looked good. 22 of 30, 73%, 2 TDs a pick. Utah, 24 of 42. That's 57%. 13 of 28 versus Oregon State. That's 46%. 18 of 33 is 54% with another interception. Those numbers coming in 54, 48, 57, 55. And he was for 59 versus him the first time. Throw out a 73 versus SC, and the guy's completing 56, 57% of his passes. That's the guy you're going to go to war with. That's the guy outplaying the other guy right now. Come on, T.Y. I mean, they won the game. Don't say that he's a beast completing 55% of his passes, because here comes Bo Nix off of, let's see, let's go to his games. Where's the Washington? We'll talk about the Washington game here. 75%, 33 of 44, 2 touchdowns. Next game up, Washington State, who Penix completed 52% of passes. 18 of 25, 72. Utah, 77.4, 24 of 31. 29 of 38, 76%. 23 of 31, 74%. 24 of 29, 83% basically. There's another 83% game, 33 of 40 versus Oregon State. And 62% last night in this matchup. And by the way, he threw 2 picks in that time frame, and 15, 19, 20, 23, 27, 30, 32 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. 32 and 2. Penix was at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 17, 21. 21 in 2 games with no touchdowns. 21 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21 and 7, 30 and 2. 2 games with no touchdowns passes. But yeah. Penix was outplaying Bo Nix coming into the spot. Come on, man. This is where you lose me with this stuff. Keep it classy, Lex. You know we roll. All top tier, no low class. Michael B. Arizona Colgate over 152. Enjoy your totals. I think I'm like 10-7 or 10-8 in totals or 10-6. FIU minus 14 versus LIU. LIU will always be the. I know there's a Sharks. Sharks are not the Blackbirds anymore. Are two more plays I'm adding. LIU combined campuses and got to change their team name. King D says another 2-1-9 college hoops. There you go. Listen, I 2-1 every day. Take it, baby. Take it. Hope you're riding with Michael B with Oregon State and Bama. Oregon State. Is this what, basketball? What are we doing today? I'm confused here. Jeff. Hope you're good. Happy holidays. Yes, I'm hanging in there. Although Thanksgiving is over and then Christmas is on the horizon. Stop Cheers in the house. Been missing you. I'm receiving in retail this time of year. I barely get to my phone at the time of day when you're live. Good luck to you, and always thank you for the knowledge. Gio, I appreciate it. And yeah, hang tough. Slightly busy in late November and early December if you're in receiving. Probably some packages coming through. But I appreciate you popping in. Lex is in the house. Golden State Warriors race to 10 first quarter plus 110. Here we go. I'm on the opposite side. I like Clippers for the game, but whatever. If they score 10 first, so be it. So be it. Michael B says, Team Money, at this point, I'm out of college football. I'm killing in college hoops. I don't know why I'm betting anything else. Yeah, stick with college basketball, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. Stop you. Is there a way I could reach you outside of YouTube? Would an email be appropriate if it's all right? Yeah, email. There's a contact, I think, on actually, I'm not on. Yes, on YouTube. Or go to the Sean Higgs YouTube or Twitter. Pound it. Who's interested in today's script? Washington, never in doubt. Here we go. No, the never in doubt would be the under would be never in doubt because Washington was up 10-0 early and then it was there. Here comes the script. Very sneaky starting early. Well, you know what? There's noon game, so I had to come in with a little mini Marcos minute. Stop Gio says leaning sprinkle on the Warriors, money line on Caesars. So I got the Clippers here in the chat. So T-Money, Liberty game, traffic. That Liberty game, traffic brought out all the pretty ladies. On a side note, Michigan 12 first half. I don't know why the game makes me nervous. Oh, I'm like Liberty guy. I'm like Liberty. I think we're talking about football. I guess all the ladies were out for the big game last night. Nice win for Liberty. The Flames get done. I don't know why the game makes it. I don't know why it should make you nervous. I think Michigan scores 40. I like Michigan. I think Harbaugh is going to be like, oh, you want to spend me a couple games? Watch this. Watch this. We got UFC from Michael B. Hardy plus 160, close minus 110, Figueredo plus 130. If you're feeling froggy, the Figueredo by sub is plus 5 hundos. Lex Steele coming in. Thought Smooth has the backup. Yeah, they do have a backup. And yet the line was 5.5, and now it's down to 3. What's that about? Top tiers on a teaser. NFL Steelers money line, Rams plus 2.5. Call me a square or call me crazy. Joe Flacco's quarterbacking, folks. Joe Flacco. Pounded sports betting cards. Smooth's backup isn't back like our chances. Smooth's backup isn't back. I like our chances. Smooth plus 4. Look, I nailed that on Wednesday. What do you mean the backup's not back? The starter's not backing me. Louisville money line. Then a 6-point teaser. Louisville plus 7 under 53. I agree with that. Well, I don't know if Louisville money line at this point. You could have Louisville plus 5.5 to start. Is this total overreaction? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Oregon laying 9.5 wasn't some kind of overreaction, how is this going from 5 to a pick'em? And Florida State still has a defense. Have you seen Louisville's defense or offense versus a defense? I mean, here's Louisville. So good defense. 13-10 over NC State on the road. The Notre Dame game, that's just a bad spot for Notre Dame. losing at Pitt 38-21. Um, pulled out the win at Miami 38-31. They lose to Kentucky last week. Indiana 21-14. I mean, Georgia Tech 39-34. I'm just not sold on Louisville, even in a pick 'em. I don't care who's the quarterback for Florida State. I know he looked terrible, right? And everybody's gonna have that image of your recent game with Florida. And as bad as Florida's been, I had Florida wouldn't it be Tennessee at home. No one's. I know the world wants Louisville to win. Make it easy. Can't put Florida State in there. Florida State wins. They're already four in the poll. They're not going anywhere. They're in the championship, the playoffs. Under for sure though. Under for sure. Michael B. Thoughts on Washington +4 versus Colorado State. Colorado State off huge win. Line looks short. I'm not a big fan of the Huskies team. If it was in Washington, I would have already bet on it. Yeah, I had Washington at home the other. I say the other day. I don't know what. Who were they home against? And they just totally wet the bed here. Who was that against? Let me pull up their schedule so I can remember. Was it Nevada? No. It was against Colorado. No, hold on a second. Was it? No. Belmar, Northern Kentucky. Who the heck? It was Nevada. And they lose at home. Yeah, they're off a big win. But is it really a big win when you're ranked and you beat a rival? I mean, I was on the other side. At +3.5, I lose another game by a point. This is a tough team. They beat Creighton. Granted, if it's in Washington, Washington's favored. Different spot. I don't know. Team money. I have imagination, but Iowa can't score. You're killing me. You kill me sometimes by telling you today I'm steamrolling or eating noodles for the week. Iowa can't score. That's why their team total is 6. Their team total 6 in a game. They're getting 20 something points. I mean, what? And I'm all for. T-Way, you've been here. You see me take dogs plenty of time, and people are like, "Oh my goodness, couldn't take this. Can't do that." Am I taking a team that they have pegged at scoring 6 points today to win outright? So they're winning what 6-3? That's what the score's going to be today. Let it grow out. Yeah, it's just been a lazy. You know what? I got to. It's a busy time of year. There's a lot of videos. There's just a lot of you got championship games. I got a lot of college basketball, so I'm just lazy and shaving. Usually I'm shaving like every other day. Now it's like, oh, but definitely not growing that out. I mean, look how you can see the gray in it. You could barely over here. You can see, or this side. You could barely. It doesn't look like I even have a hair. It's so gray. See, Gandalf rose the white today. Gandalf rode the white horse. Today we ride the green wave. Who's Gandalf? What are we talking about here? Is this Gandalf? What the heck? My kids say I look. We're talking with the wife, and they're like, who looks older? Well, I told her she's 50. I'm 49. I like those old ladies. I like my ladies mature. And they're like, Mom looks younger because you have all the grays. And I'm like, see if I shave this, it really ages me. In fact, where? Hold on a second. I don't know if I have a baby pic of me here. Hold on a second. Okay. I do. So, and I'm holding a little football guy, degenerate at form, and so there's me as a baby. It's the same face, bro. It is the same. Look at the face. This way, I gotta go. Hold on, I gotta go this side. It is the same face. Hello. Look. have a check. So that was in a little folder, right? A little thing, and my wife like drew a little goatee on him when I had a goatee. I was like, really got to run? I got really upset. Oh, Mr. Nick is here. Real Sports Bet says Alabama money line, smooth money line, Arizona, Iowa. Say, here we go, Sabre. We're shocked he's taking Buffalo, Blackhawks, Canadians, dogging it up. Well, I mean, you got maybe one there in football, and on the ice. Let's check out the ice here. All right, you're biased towards Buffalo. I understand. Chicago on the road against Winnipeg. I don't hate that. You want to take a big shot on the Blackhawks? Okay. Montreal Canadiens at home against the Wings. I'm not going to say no to any ice because I'm not in depth enough on the ice to like any to know what kind of good scenario that is. Again, I like Toronto in this spot, but T Money says Florida State should fly over. Should fly over the total. Florida State should fly over the total. Okay. Louisville will score 23 today. Okay. And that's fine if they score 23. So you think Florida State's going to score 24 to go over the total? Do you think it's going to be 24-23 today? Okay. That's flying over the total. Oh, boy. Lex, Maryland and Quinnipiac. So the Terps are down. So Quinnipiac lost. Okay, so whoever Quinnipiac, they didn't play Fairfield. Fairfield played. I don't know. We don't recap. Like we don't. You can't dwell on yesterday, Lex. Just move on to the next day. Right? I got 2-2 in football and basketball. We move on. 1-1 in college football yesterday. We move on. Michael B said thoughts on Florida State plus 13 versus NC off the big win. I like Florida State. I like Florida State. I wasn't high in Tennessee. I wasn't high in Florida State against Tennessee. I thought Tennessee would win that one. I'll take Florida State here. Yeah, if it was in Florida for sure. Florida State's not a good team. Yeah, we'll start there. That Florida State not and why? I can't. It's like December 1st, and we were already having like conference play. What is up with that? I mean, I don't hate Florida State here. I don't. And this is what I think people when I say this. You take Florida State if it loses, fine. We could take a loss. It's come back the next day play. Because in spots like this, it's not just like a one-off, right? You have to look at it like baseball. You got to look at it as how long the season is, and you're going to take some dogs. You're not going to hit sometimes. Other times you're going to hit, and you have to look at it on the long line of betting, and just not one game. Get your red pen out. Iowa covers 21.5. Well, I got the blue pen, and here we go. Iowa covers. All right, so let me give Anthony here, Mr. Poundit, the sports betting cards. He loves Joe Adele, president of the Joe Adele fan club, aka Pedro Serrano. He had Washington. And I tell you, Washington this, Washington money line, Washington. I'm like, listen, I can't take Washington. Why is this line this? And I don't claim to be the smartest line maker, but it goes from 7 to 9. And the way Washington's been playing, maybe the guy's a little banged up. I'm like, I can't do it. Now, nice win for him. I'll give it to him. My phone hasn't stopped. All right, I'm going to get harassed by this guy for the rest of my life. It's all right. At least I didn't say no way that happens unless pigs fly. Although there will be is there going to be a pigs fly game? What is the pigs fly game today if something happens? Is there a pigs fly game today? I don't even know. Tate the Great's in the house. Welcome. Tate just comes right now to cheer for Michigan. He's too cool to hang out with us. Tate doesn't want to come in and wants to hang out with Detroit Lenny. I get it, Tate. It's all right. Lane's in the house. I want you on Boise. -2.5 for college football, Rutgers, college basketball. I got them both here. We got them both. College basketball, Ole Miss, Rutgers, Irvine, Toronto on the ice, Clippers, NBA. Texas over, Boise, Georgia over, Tulane under, Troy Trojans. Tate the Great says Bama over, Boise over, Michigan over, T's together. Here we go. Triple T's of overs. Stop Joe says, lean Utah. I hear Uncle Rico's playing quarterback today. Utah, Uncle Rico. Utah who? What are we talking about here? Utah's not playing today. Is this Utah basketball? Keith Van Horn? T Money, stop saying I said Penix was out playing Knicks. I said they canceled out. I don't think he canceled him out because he hadn't been playing well. Knicks is a beast, but their offense are light years different. Sean and Penix are different, Sean. And Penix takes way more chances with the ball. Yes. That's why he has worse numbers than Knicks. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, Washington won. They beat them. Start slow. That's what happens. Washington's closes out the Pac-12. They're going to the playoffs. Kind of funny since, USC was supposed to be the team for the big send-off. If you listen to the kid in interviews on the radio, he's a heck of a leader. That's fine, but it comes down to a lot of great guys are leaders. I mean, they can play ball, I'm pretty sure everybody loves Tim Tebow. The guy's not a good quarterback. He wins. Hell of a leader. Guys run through walls for him. Kept teammates from murdering people and going to jail when he was at Florida. Tate the Great, Horizon League of College Basketball has been money, says Tate the Great. It will all depend on what Connor Stallions found out about Iowa before he was fired. That's not going to make a difference. This is Jim Harbaugh. Stick it to the NCAA and Big Ten here. Effing Bob, take the over Michigan. Yes. Yeah. Michigan and I think Michigan wins this game like 40 to 6, 40 to 12. They lost to Penn State 31-0. Michigan is better on both sides of the ball than Penn State. And okay, yeah, Penn State was home. This is neutral, whatever. It's not going to make a difference. Michigan in a rout. Effing Bob, team total over. Yes, I'd take Michigan in all aspects of the game. Tate the Great says Florida State may be on third string or true freshman. More reason like Florida State. Michael B. Thoughts on New Mexico State plus 18? I like New Mexico State here. I know what's his name's Massburn's out for New Mexico, and the line really hasn't moved much. I know Mexico State's got a whole new rebuild after their disaster, with that whatever. It was like the guns or murders, whatever's happened over there. I do like New Mexico State. I almost threw them out last night here. I almost bet them. You see San Diego versus San Diego State, and they nearly won. Yeah, San Diego gave San Diego State a battle. Although San Diego's a little different than New Mexico, though. New Mexico State, the two dogs. New Mexico State's in kind of like a total rebuild, new coach, all that kind of stuff. But I would lean there. The Pit used to be freaking unbelievable back in the day. Tate the Great says, I'm staying away because it's too volatile. You're staying away because you don't want to jinx your team. Pound it. So on quarterback for Florida State assert more than likely not playing. The freshman QB has never made a snap. That's why the Louisville money line originally had FSU -2. I'm buying out of it. Yeah. Listen, we knew they were having a backup anyway off a bad start. I don't know. And we could say, depending on how you look at the game, right? Where things look easy, you just do it. And I say that a lot, just, don't overthink things. The Washington game, it could have been I'll take it. They're ranked 3. How do you not taking a team getting 9 points, whatever? In this one, it's a third string freshman who's thrown the ball 22 times in college, or 2 times. I understand it. At this point, though, if you, because we knew the other guy was banged up anyway. If you like Louisville, you should have him at 5.5. You're getting him in a pick 'em. I don't like it. I don't care if it's a backup or a freshman double backup, a third stringer. F and Bob says best bet today is Michigan team total first half over 15.5. I agree. I'd take Michigan all types of combos. Georgia and Texas is shot out. I'm on Texas. I got Texas minus 11.5. So I got a nice early number there. Now, is the 15 or whatever it closed out a little high? I mean, again, is it based on them dropping a 57 piece on a team? Is it just that? And again, the tricky spot now with the sports betting is who's betting on Sundays, Mondays, because it used to just be, I'm not saying I'm a sharp guy, but just like guys who like to bet, you'd bet early, and that's the way it would be. Not much real buyback. It wasn't like it went to 15 and came back down to 12 or something. It was 13 and a half, 14 and a half, all right around those numbers. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if this is like the Oregon game. Shout out to Oregon offense had 6 plays in the first half. Watching around all over Oregon defense. Yeah, I mean, couldn't make a stop. Long drives. Kudos to Washington. Bill says, "Why flash cash?" I said, "I've cash for." Yeah, I was getting some ridiculous nonsense, Bill. People are like, "Oh, sometimes you have to put people in check. They think you're." I don't know. I mean, uh, I'm not running. And again, we could, uh, people in this racket that do stuff, but it's like, dude, I do videos 7 days a week. Sometimes I used to do this video twice a day. I do mornings and nights, look headlines, days and nights, and or midday morning, I look headlines, and then plus all the other channels I do videos on nonstop. Oh, you don't bet? I don't bet. Okay, I mean, I think 10 people joined up for the $4.99 YouTube, of which I get like $1 of. I sell picks for $34 of get $10. Not making quarter mil, freaking selling $30 packages, $24. Yeah, $24. Because then I could do a shirt promo and mail out shirts, or when I send out autographed stuff for free out of my pocket. So that was more like I was getting some nonsense in comment sections. Like, all right, okay, yeah. Let me show you what I got here. My fake betting. Stop, Geo. Tiger signed Kenta Maeda for a little mid rotation help. Can't help like the starting move. I mean, Kenta Maeda. That's out of all the middle kind of guys you could have went for. Why not Sonny Gray? Why not Monty? You don't want to pay that much money? A big if they stay healthy. That's the problem with their rotation, man. I love the rotation. I loved all those guys. Mize, Scooble, Manning. I mean, you traded whoever. Loren. I mean, they had a bunch of good young guys. They're always hurt. The rotation is always hurt. I mean, Riley and Torque are two guys you could build around. Ray's in the house laughing at me. Same face on the bed. Same face. Gandalf, Lord of the Rings. Here we go. To my swear, you do look the same. That's crazy. I mean, it's right. I mean, it's the same. It's the same picture. It's the same face. It's the same. Like if you saw this picture, you'd be like, "Oh, I could see." Right? I mean, come on. And I bust this one out every once in a while. This is classic. This is the sports section. Me at the beach house. My brother stuck in his thumb, but that's me. Look, blonde hair. We had a backyard at the beach. Only house with a backyard. It's me reading the paper. I was getting ready. I was getting ready for football season at the beach. Kids are worried about building sandcastles. I'm worried about the 82 Cowboys. Shut up. Player prop time. Corinne Williams over 54.5 yards rushing. Henry over 60 yards rushing. Derrick Henry. I should give away. I got that Henry auto jersey I should give away. Yes, hit the like button. It's not that hard to do. FSU and Louisville go under. FSU has lights out defense. And they are might be on their third string quarterback. His backup could be questionable. Yeah. Again, this should have been thinking about an underplay anyway with the Florida State defense. And I said this yesterday, and on this show, I think on other shows as well. They're going to be looked at like, well, we couldn't put them in because they have a third string quarterback, and we want the best teams in, right? It's always about the best teams. If that's the case, go to Vegas, see what the lines are. They're your 4 best teams. Somehow Ohio State will leapfrog Florida, Ohio State. It'll be Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, and Alabama. Those will be your Final Fours. But the Florida State defense is good, and they're going to sit here and be like, "Well, they had a backup. We can't play them." Well, if your starting quarterback doesn't play good in the game, like no one's saying Alabama barely won because the quarterback didn't play good, right? And if you have a loss, just hey, we lost Oregon. Hey, we should get in because we lost to Washington, who's undefeated. Come on, it's tricky. Again, I got the under myself, 46.5. I want to take Florida State pick 'em. T-money, Florida State game over 46.5. Oh my God. You had to throw a lock out here, T-money? T-money. I'm writing it down. FSU under lock. Here we go. Oh boy. Jesse's coming in on Bama. Jesse, he says T-money's your jinxing this ticket for money line. Tim Tebow, I like him. Yeah, I mean Tebow is a great leader, but look at Navy money line. Navy. Total is 20.5. My guy Eric. I haven't seen Eric in a while. Comes in here. He's got the under 20.5 already. Michael's out here. Some errands to do before UFC. Have a good day. Team money. Pound that's gonna be mad when FSU wins. They just keep trucking along. I hope they do win because I got to get them back for the Washington game he's killing me with. Louisville it's bad. It's bad. I love losing in the first quarter. At least if losing the first quarter, you don't have to worry about it for the game. Over 35 Michigan. They can make I think they can make the I think Michigan's scoring like 41. I think this game's like 41-6, 41-12 or something. Iowa team total 75.5 is plus 150. This Iowa Hawkeyes? Hold on, which Iowa we talking? This got to be basketball. We're talking football now. This comes in. Mike's coming in from Wisconsin. Is Culver's based out of Wisconsin, Mike? Is this out of Wisconsin, Culver's? Thank you for coming in from Wisconsin. Land of 1,000 lakes, I believe. T-money. As the Army guy with a Navy brother, I think Navy does win, but my bias will let me bet it. Yes, I was right. I enjoy their Butterburger double with bacon and cheese. It's pretty tasty. And their shakes are pretty darn good as well. Rutgers, Ole Miss, Irvine College, hoops, hockey, cold cash on the ice like Toronto. NBA, the Clippers, minus 4.5. College football, we got the Texas over 55, looking good so far, up 14-0. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, is Oklahoma going in here? Okie State. Helping out the over. We'll take it. Boise, minus 2.5. Georgia, over 54.5. And the Tulane, under 47. Troy, minus the 6. That's that. Anything else before I run? Otherwise, happy Sunday. Happy Saturday, and I'll see you Sunday, I should say. Is that about it? My phone's going crazy here. Not sure why. Oh, look at these text messages. I guess my wife went on somewhere. Put frozen potato pancake latkes on the list. And beef broth. Thanks. Just got to do food shopping. Iowa's team total over 7.5 is 150. Okay. All right. So there's thoughts on how high. I mean, do you think they're scoring 10 points? Now, Michigan, prior to the last game against Maryland, they gave up 10 points to Minnesota late. The Purdue Boilermaker scored a touchdown with like 10 seconds left in that game. Because I had Michigan in that game, and they got a late cover there. Penn State scored 15. Maryland's 24. And I look at that as you're off Penn State. You got Ohio State on deck. and you're just kind of like, whatever. I mean, how do we think Iowa is scoring points here? They scored 15, 22, 10, 10, 15, 20, 26 versus Michigan State, who's bad. Penn State shut them out. I mean, Utah State 24, Iowa State 20 at 41 West. I mean, how is this team scoring 10 points? How are they scoring 10 points? No, I want nothing to do with Iowa. Okie State game is making me sad. I wish it was. I wish it was. Let's go Texas. Lex says Iowa gets 13 points but gives up 31 or so. You think Iowa's scoring 13 against Michigan? Iowa TD and 250. The only way they're getting a TD is if Michigan fumbles and turns the ball over in their own 10-yard line. I think Michigan is statement game, whatever kind of cliche nonsense we want to use here. All right, I'm rolling on out. Going to unload more on Michigan. Tommy Dimes is coming in at the end of the show. It says Appalachian State versus Troy under the 53. I can do that. And as much as I got Troy at 6.5 personally. I know this line has come down, which does have me worried a little bit. So if you want to do some Appy money line here, and I know people get upset when you say Appy, it's Appalachian. Under, sure. Although I still have Troy, but I'm a little worried about it. All right, hit the like button on the way out. Doesn't take you a thing to do. All right, weather update. We got bad weather. See, what kind of weather is it? Rain and snow does not excite me. It's the wind. Oh, look at this guy popping in, Justin. Justin's too busy hanging out over at the Pub Sports Channel and come in and say hello to me, huh? I get it, Justin. I get it. Thanks for popping in. You know, you're over hanging out there with Low Shack. I get it. Jimmy the Bag. I see how it is, Justin. Too cool to hang out with me. Rain. Heavy rains, Tommy says, for the Tulane game. Heavy rains. Yeah, look at the way they play. Under. Appalachian pulled off the big win over Madison. Didn't miss his beat, dropping a 55 on Georgia Southern. Yeah, definitely take that under there. That's 100% true. Don't do me like that. I'm just busting chops. I see people in the chat sometimes over there. I get it. I totally understand, Justin. What the heck? Come on. You came by. Make sure you hit the like button. All right. Final rundown here. Ole Miss, Rutgers, Irvine, college hoops. Toronto on the ice. Clippers, and the NBA. Texas over, already underway. Boise, Georgia over. Tulane and Troy are the picks today. Again, you can find this on a replay on YouTube. You go to the app, Midday Money app, and get it. All right. Everybody have a good Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow. Michigan rolls, we hope. Georgia rolls.